Do you have absolute certainty on how you go from hello to yes on what you're looking for? I watch people get stuck and frozen, and that breaks my heart. I was once stuck and frozen too. Greatest superpower in the world that is attainable for you is the ability to influence people. As I'm sure you do, Vivian, as well as you, Bella Verita, and all these amazing and fine folks. So welcome today. And Vivian, how are you leading up to Thanksgiving? Like, what's happening? What's present?
Oh my God, I have been emotionally crying all day of so much joy. It started on Saturday when it was my birthday and it was Transformation Day with UPW Virtual.
Happy birthday, Vivian.
Thank you. And then I got a beautiful note from you acknowledging me, and I felt so loved and filled. And I received other beautiful things that made my heart burst that came from you and your generosity and your way of acknowledging me. And I love you. And I think you're outstanding. So thank you.
So your generosity eclipses my generosity, and I'm immensely grateful. And it is the beginning of endless magic. So thank you.
Thank you.
So what is this, and what is happening, and who's here?
The Real Raw is a place where we get to see how influence is a superpower. The Real Raw offers us a chance to have a microphone, a stage, form ecosystems, make more money in less time with more magic. And all because Sean Callaghy, the visionary officer here at Unblinded, has been curating the formula for the past 23 years. And with that, we're going to all go from hello to yes, because we'll have a chance to do that today. And leaders can lead leaders and make the world a more heart-centered and amazing place. So that's why we're here, because of you, Sean, and all the micro distinctions that we're going to glean from today.
Well, thank you for that and the amazingness. And before we drop into our two participants, our three amazing judges, may we hit it with the one and only sales sorceress, please?
Yes. Bella Verita started selling crafts on her front lawn. At 8 years old, she then became a top income earner in a network marketing organization by the age of 19. By 24, though, she built a multiple seven-figure real estate company, becoming the #1 business broker in Nevada. Today, she's CEO at Align Sales, the first female-led remote sales training and recruiting agency, and is devoted to helping women scale and create financial freedom through sales. In fact, she places more women salespeople than anyone else in the country. So welcome, Bella Verita.
Thank you so much. Yay! Good afternoon, Sean Callaghy.
Good afternoon, Bella Verita. How are you?
I am freaking amazing. Yes. I have my best friend, Denise Klein, on the show today. Like, life does not get better than this. We're going to have so much fun. You're not even going to know what to do with yourself.
That is amazing. And I'm gonna drop this flag in the ground, Vivian, everybody. Bella is as fine a salesperson as I have yet to encounter. Her raw ability to connect in a situation, to opening the listening of people and go from hello to yes is at an unbelievable world-class level in the balancing of the four energies. So it is truly remarkable, Bella, and an honor and privilege as it is to be working with Vivian, to be working with yourself.
Thank you, Sean. I appreciate that. You're not so bad yourself.
Well, I try, but here's the problem. Here's the problem with Bella. Her preference would be that we drink like mugs like this full of vodka, like at events and things. And I'm only half kidding. So
Bella, vodka, Sean. Try tequila.
Yes.
Like, if you glass of tequila, it's a different story. I don't drink vodka.
I am true. That is correct. I am sorry. See how much I don't drink, Vivian? I don't even know the difference. So Bella, what is the difference between like tequila and vodka? Actually, we'll talk about that later. So Bella, how about a fun fact?
A fun fact is I actually partied all weekend long and did not have one drink. Actually, that's not true. I did have a spritzer. That's not true. I did have a spritzer, but I don't really consider that drinking. That's just more of like sparkling water with a drop of alcohol.
Was Denise partying with you?
No, Denise was partying on her own out in Vegas. And there was definitely alcohol involved in that.
Well, we will have to hear more from Denise in a minute, but Bella, super thankful for you being here. Great job. We're gonna have some fun today. Yes?
I think we might have a little bit of fun. I don't know. I'll see.
All right.
I'll see if I'm up for it.
All right. Vivian, are you ready to have some fun?
I am so ready to have some fun.
Let's go. Who do we got?
We got Reggie Hall. Everything Reggie Hall has touched in the past 30 years has turned to gold, from startups to Fortune 500s like CompUSA, Computer City, Incredible Universe, and Zip Realty. He's also founder broker at Advanta Realty and Selectrified Software Systems Real Estate Services. Plus, he's co-founder of Success Networking International Corporation and Worldwide Referral Networks. His real estate company made over $2 billion in sales in a 6-year span. Yeah, and he's had record-setting and has been awarded for winning performance consistently over the past 30 years, which is, of course, no surprise with that digit, 2 billion. He's proud of his accomplishments and credits all of his mentors who aided along the way, including Les Brown for his lifetime achievement, spiritual grounding, and motivational messaging. So welcome, Reggie Hall.
Hello, guys.
That is some awesome stuff, brother. Thank you for being here today. And how are you?
Yes, sir. Doing great. Thank you for having me.
Yes. And as I think you know, at least I think you know, the one and only Les Brown has sat in that very seat as a participant on The Real Raw.
I did not know that, actually. Did not know that.
Les Brown was on in like episode 3 or 4 of The Real Raw. This is about episode number 317 since COVID. And it's been amazing people like yourselves, but Les was on with Fab Mancini, who I think is a friend of Les's, and they were, going at it. So having some fun.
That's pretty cool.
Les dropped the mic and we have all that recorded and amazing. And so thank you so much for being here. And how about a fun fact?
Fun fact. Let's see. I guess recently, I didn't think I could do it, but I did 36 pounds in 5 months. It went from 206 to 170. I never thought I could do that, but did it.
How did you do it? Like, what? Eat less. Right?
Yep. Low carb, low sugar, keto.
Keto in the house. There's a lot of keto folk circulating in the mix these days. So
yeah, it's at every grocery store too that you shop at. So
yeah.
Do you even understand the concept of low sugar, Sean?
Bella, we don't need the heckling from the gallery. Thank you very much. No, I'm kidding. Yes, we got to drop in. We just drop in. Like, we're going to go there, Bella, right? So I am convinced that my sugar intake has helped cause me not to get corona. And that is my own theory. And my son came on our huddle this morning and was speaking into what does the election, flat earth, the bubonic plague, cats, and the Soviet chess club have in common. And I could distill all that down to say, we get to make up our own reality all the time about everything anyway. So why not say that sugar helps prevent corona? Of course I was kidding. It does not. So yes, Bella, I do not know what low sugar means, but I am happy and excited to learn from all of you. All right, so Vivian, we got more.
Yes, we do. We have Cindy Campbell in the house from Greater Orlando area. Today, she's a real estate attorney at Ackerman in Orlando and handles all things from acquisitions to development and lease negotiations. She's a professor at 2 universities, teaching both real estate law and constitutional law. Your favorite, Sean. Most proud of her Juris Doctor Magna Cum Laude from Florida Agricultural Mechanical University College of Law. And she received nearly 10 awards, from place winner in American Indian Law Review writing competition to outstanding e-board member, Florida A&M University Law Review. So welcome, Cindy.
Cindy's in the house. How are you?
I'm doing wonderful, actually. Thank you for having me here. I'm very excited.
Well, we are honored that you're here. And how about a fun fact, Cindy?
The funnest fact I have today is that I just did UPW for my first.
Yes.
So I'm actually sitting here with no sleep, but ready to go and more energized than I've felt in years. So I had a fabulous time. I'm transformed and ready to go.
That is amazing. And congratulations. So I have a couple of relevant fun facts. First, did you see Siri Lindley speak at UPW?
Yes.
So right before Siri was on, there was a quote from me about Siri that they put up. So that is one of my fun UPW contribution facts. A second fun fact is this, that and this might be a problem. So don't tell my client. You promise, Cindy?
I promise.
Okay. So number one, I got a C+ in constitutional law. It was my first law school exam. I did not know how to study yet. I graduated law school with high honors and got A's the whole rest of like law school, basically. But my constitutional law wake-up call, Judge John Gibbons, who is the chief judge of the Third Circuit Federal Court of Appeals, was my constitutional law professor at Seton Hall University. I had no idea, Cindy, what the hell he was talking about. Any minute of any day, God rest Judge Gibbons' soul, he's an amazing man. I was utterly clueless and blown away. Bella Verita, you would not have been enjoying Judge Gibbons' constitutional law class. It was like a lot, and it was totally crazy, right? So then, right, Cindy, we still have you, right? Because I heard something. So despite the fact that I got a C+ in constitutional law, we are issuing a press release tomorrow, which I'm happy to send out to you, with the announcement of our papers being filed with the United States Supreme Court. And I think there's a very, very real chance, you can check out the press release and see if you agree, that we're going to be heard in a case that deals with the congressionally, the issue that Mark Zuckerberg and Twitter and others were before Congress on last week, that has to do with the CDA and Facebook in a case on behalf of my client. So I may be arguing quite possibly in front of the United States Supreme Court in mid-2021. So
wow.
So if you wouldn't mind, that might be a fun conversation to have. So welcome, Cindy.
Thank you. I'm excited for you.
Yeah, so it should be interesting and fun.
Yeah.
So Cindy, thank you for being here. Vivian, would you want to take the argument if things get a little bit like dicey? You want to argue in front of the U.S. Supreme Court in 2021?
Oh my goodness, I'm in. I'm totally in. Are you kidding me? Bring me.
Belle, you up for a class trip to DC?
I love DC.
I can handle this. We got this.
They have amazing free walking tours we could take.
Yeah. Can I get any information on the front page of Google?
Yes, you can do all research you need by just going to the front, your news feed and Facebook. It'll have everything you need to know about anything true in the world.
That's my kind of research.
Perfect. We are ready. So Vivian, who we got?
I believe in your research, by the way. I'm down with your plan of researching, Belle. I heard it. Google God.
Google God. We'll do research on Google over a glass of wine and a nice meal. How's that?
Beautiful.
What more do we need than Google?
That's it.
Yes. Okay. So Vivian, yes.
And we have Todd Hartley, because he is also from UPW. He's in Scarsdale, Arizona, and he looks like he's in The Matrix and Sean. He's all spiffied up with a suit, pocket square, big microphone. I mean, it is the state of the art, fabulosity, and professionalism. Yes, you are.
Todd is here. So what's up
I am here.
Yes. So let's hear Todd's amazingness.
Todd is the go-to digital advisor for celebrities and world leaders. Todd is the CEO and founder of Wirebuzz, the rock star of remote selling video marketing who trains Tony Robbins' internal sales and marketing teams. And he's one of Tony's Business Mastery Series speakers. Welcome, Todd.
Thanks for having me.
Is in the house. Todd,
in the house. What is up, Sean?
How are you doing, brother?
Dude, I'm doing really well. Super excited to be here.
Yeah, well, congratulations to all. I understand UPW went quite well.
So cool. I just, the energy that you get from a Tony event is undescribable, and it's something that just carries on through the rest of the week. And the trick is to keep that energy still flowing now that you know how to do it, how to keep it going in your life.
Yeah, that's it. Amen, brother. How about a fun fact for today, Todd?
Well, I grew up in Los Angeles, and the fun fact is Tito Jackson was the Little League coach I had for 4 years, and my movie store clerk was Quentin Tarantino.
No, are you kidding me?
We've got lots of stories to share on both.
Unbelievable. So just initial impression of Quentin Tarantino at that age, like if you had one word to describe him, Todd, what would that word be?
Greasy, like he managed the popcorn machine in there. But the other thing is, Sean, like if you have got on a Sunday to get into the video store because you didn't read Grapes of Wrath and you need to rent the movie,
yes,
Quentin would keep you there stuck to talk to you about Henry Fonda and the job he did in that movie when all you wanted to do was go home, watch the movie so you could write the book report.
Unbelievable. Yes. So I am not confused. Vivian, please don't ever use one word to describe me as greasy. I will be very sad. But yes, Todd, thank you very much. That is absolutely amazing. And Vivian, we got more judges.
Yes, we do. We have Denise Klein in the house. Woo! For nearly 4 decades, she's built a career from being a fiduciary. I love that word. I could say that all day. Fiduciary. To real estate. Today, she is ranked 111 out of 16,000 real estate agents in the state of Nevada and top 10% internationally with eXp Realty. She is most proud of not only chasing her dreams, but manifesting them for herself and others. Despite the awards and accolades she's received, Denise says it's the discovery of her grace, grit, audacity, passion that have defined her purpose, which is to educate, entertain, and empower others. So welcome, Denise Klein.
Thank you so much, Vivian.
Denise, welcome. And we are so happy to have you here today.
Awesome. I'm so excited to be here. Bella, Sean, all these new, you know what's so beautiful about being with Bella is to be able to see herself in other people I don't yet know, and to watch how she's impacting the world. It brings such joy to my heart.
I love you. Sean, and do you want to know a fun fact about Denise?
Oh, God.
I want to know Denise's fun fact about
Thank you,
No,
Sean.
wait, hold on. Can you imagine when Denise and I first met? Denise did not like me, Sean. She did not be my friend. Can you imagine such a thing?
I can listen. I can see how. Yeah, I can see how that could happen in 1 out of a million people. I could see that.
Whoa. So the woman you are witnessing today is not the woman of 15 years ago. Let's just say that. Transformation has occurred time and time and time again. She's a lifetime learner, and this is the evidence of that.
My hello to yes was not so good back then. My hello to yes was more like, this is what you're going to do. And that just really doesn't work very well for Denise Klein.
So
It still doesn't, by the way.
So Denise, if you had one word to describe Bella 15 years ago, what would that word be?
Pain in the ass. I mean, not one word. Of course, not one word could ever describe Bella. What she didn't tell you is she lived with me for a few months. That was interesting.
A fun fact that we have in common, since Bella was like paddling out in massive waves from our beach house in Long Beach Island. So yes.
Love it. There is never a dull moment, is there?
There's not a dull moment.
Well, at least, Bella, you're not greasy.
Yeah. Unbelievable. Okay.
Excellent point.
Denise, thank you so much for being here. Incredible. Okay. And we have Vivian. We have one more incredible judge.
Yes, we do. We have Virginia Dutton in the house from New York City. Woo!
Virginia, welcome.
A beautiful abstract painting behind her because she's the abstract artiste. Virginia left a successful career on Wall Street to pursue her unique ability to chisel life, form, and meaning into art. Her passion is to express energy and color and texture in her paintings by using unusual media, from chromatic to solid form. Virginia Dutton's art has debuted at numerous galleries and gala benefits, including at the Historical Gallery, and has been sold on firstdibs.com. She's also part of the professional organization for women in the arts, POW Arts. Pow wow, Virginia Dutton.
Virginia, welcome, and thank you so much for being here today.
You're on mute, Virginia.
You're on mute.
I am so energized just by watching you guys. I mean, I'm an energetic person, but all of a sudden I can feel my body buzzing. I'm like, oh my God, this is perfect.
Amazing. Body buzzing, being in the house is like par for the course on the Real Raw. So thank you, Virginia, for that. And yeah, and where are you coming from in the world today, Virginia?
I am, well, where am I coming? I'm living.
Where are you physically?
New York City.
Oh my goodness, not far away.
Yeah, very close. And David Rush got me into this. I did my first Unblinded, yesterday, 2 days ago. And my life is morphine just out of the conversation I had.
Oh.
And I've already connected with Peter Swain. We have a conversation coming up. And fun fact about me is my goal in life is to paint for the blind. I was told I'd be blind when I was 15. Didn't happen. I paint very thickly, so I want people to be able to feel the movement of the art, feel the colors. I paint through sense of smell of what colors smell like. So that's my goal in life, is to be able to paint for the blind.
Amazing. And Virginia, do you have your site now?
I have my site.
Okay.
They tell me something, I don't live into what they say, and I live. So I should have been dead about 20 times. But guess what? I'm here, I'm painting, I can see, I'm very lucky, but I want to give back to those who can play in the art with me.
Yeah. So quick fun fact. I don't know if you know this. Do you know that I'm blind?
I did know that.
Yes. Yeah. So thank you for your work and caring about folks that are blind or visually impaired. That's awesome. And how about a fun fact?
Let's see, a fun fact. I'm an actress, and I played a homeless woman who lives in a man's house who doesn't speak a word throughout the whole feature. And I got awards for it.
That's
but
amazing.
Why do I have to play homeless people, murderers, killers, hateful, snarky women? Why can't I have a nice, pretty, older woman role? But you know what?
I used to feel the same way.
What?
I auditioned for Criminal Minds in California, and 3 times in a row, I was a prostitute. So
Vivian, that is your new fun fact. I did not know this. Vivian.
Casting director loved me, and he would have me come in, and I'm over there feeling like a tart with what I'm wearing, and I'm going, why am I a whore again?
I know. Aphrodite Jones had me as a killer who killed someone in church.
Oh, yeah.
Where have we gone, Sean? We have prostitutes, drug dealers. Now this. Like,
Murderers in church. Yes. We
Show.
have officially jumped the shark. Okay. So Virginia, thank you for being here.
Thank you.
Yes. Amazing. So Vivian, we're going to drop in one more second, but Bella, if you wouldn't mind, because we have another interesting, intersection with Tony. So, and we just share this, and it's like most higher view with the UPW folks that are here, and Todd working with Tony. I am a student of Tony Robbins, a massive fan of his, but not a fan of him like, oh, hell, Tony, but of his work and what he stands for in the world. And I would say my fun fact is I had the unique privilege of being acknowledged by him in a Platinum Lions seminar in Arizona just a couple weeks ago. And I had the privilege of Bella being there to witness it. So Bella, you can fact check me. Is that an exaggeration? We don't need to go into all the detail, but I want to make sure people are, that we're present to that dynamic as we share all this fun stuff.
Yes, Todd is raising his hand. Did you have something you wanted to add to that real quick, Todd?
That, Sean, is that location of where you guys were is like 1 mile out this window over here.
Oh my God.
That's amazing.
In fact, I had dinner with Team Tony while they were in town. So that's super cool. I would have come over and said hi just to know you were that close to me.
Yes, we should have definitely connected. So I'm sorry. Thank you, Todd. Bella?
That was amazing. So at that location, just a mile from where you are, Todd, if you can imagine being in Tony's room when he's like doing one of his interventions. You guys have seen this, yes? Where he's like going in, but this particular time was an extraordinary intervention because there were chairs flying, there were lemons flying, like Tony was like in it deep with this person, going all in. And then in the middle of it, he has Sean stand up and says, you know what? I'm going to have my coach you through this. And so he introduces Sean as his coach to go in this intervention with him. And then a few minutes later, some things happen, some words are said and all of the things. And then he stops and he says to the entire audience, like, this man, Sean Callagy, has more integrity and love in his heart than any human I have ever met. And like, he is up to big things in the world. And if you're not like already a part of what he's doing, like, you want to get to be a part of what he's doing. And this is something that Tony has never done in the history. Like, anybody you've talked to has never like publicly acknowledged like anyone, because significance rises and egos rise and all of this. And in that moment, it was so extraordinarily beautifully to watch Sean just humbly accept and in gratitude accept this acknowledgement. No ego like ever flew out at all in any way, shape, or form. And, you know, in my opinion, what it felt like was, you know, that Tony was like, you know, I've done great stuff, but like, here's the next like the next great adventure. And so it was just a beautiful witness. And then, you know, to see them like hug afterwards and
that's right, Sean.
Tony pours
That's you.
into Sean.
No, thank you. And I think, thank you, Bella, very kind. And my interpretation, thank you, of what was occurring, because it was like shocking, is simply that Tony is a person of immense integrity. And he is clear on what we're doing here at Unblinded and the Real Raw, and is saying like, fly, like fly my mentee, fly. And it was like this like Yoda, like Luke moment that was one of the most powerful moments of my entire life. And so we share that so we could just step into the context of like, there's real things happening here. So while we spend the first whole bunch of time acknowledging like, hey, let's get started, we have gotten started. Like, we've connected. So what does it look like when amazing people like yourselves come together to be acknowledged, to open one another's listening, and to be ready to step forward and make incredible things happen in the world? And that is like fully present here, because influence is a superpower. It is a superpower. It does not operate in a linear way. It doesn't even operate in an exponential way. We have a hard time believing that. Simple math fact. 15 years ago, and I have a million math facts about it, including the fact that in the top 1% of income, if you're in the 99th percentile, you make $400,000, 99.999, you make 56 million. But that's a little bit hard to grasp. Let's go simple. Simple as this. 15 years ago, I hired 4 people to sell. First 3 people booked 0 meetings, 0 meetings, 0 meetings. The 4th person, who worked half of the time, but of the same intelligence, kind of same appearance, same old charisma, he booked 30 meetings in the same 2-week period. And he had no idea why. And point 1 is, you can't multiply any number times 0 to get to 30. So he wasn't linearly better. He wasn't exponentially better. He was infinitely better at it. Not a better person, but better at going hello to yes. And second, he had no idea why that was true. And I believe that's the reality. Like, how did Herb Brooks do what he did? How did Muhammad Ali do what he did? How did Tony Robbins, Oprah Winfrey, how did these people reproducibly, scalably, time after time, Bruce Springsteen, Bono, Beyonce, pick the person. How do they separate themselves in these tiny little micro distinctions from everybody else at such an extraordinary different level? And that's the beginning we're playing with here today. So Vivian, you, my friend, nobody lights it up better than you. You're amazing. Your space, your energy, your power, your love is present. Thank you, because we are 300 and almost 20 episodes in, and we're going to be at 10,000 episodes by the end of next year as we continue to expand this. And it would not be that without you. So thank you.
Thank you for everything. And I must tell you that Todd has a hard stop at 4. And to all of you, have an amazing go at it today. Yeah. Have fun.
Get that hard stop in. So thank you, Vivian. Amazing. Bill Verita, you ready to go?
Let's do this.
Let's do this thing. So who goes first? You pick.
Let's go with Cindy today.
Cindy, are you ready?
Yes, I am.
Okay. So Bella will be anybody you want her to be. It's hello to yes, whatever yes that matters to you in the world. It is not Boiler Room meets Wolf of Wall Street. simply hello to yes. It could be just for a longer meeting, right? That's all we're doing. Going to be 2 rounds. The first round will be 3 minutes. The second round might get cut a little short, maybe be 2 minutes, but it's one conversation. You do not have to set up the second meeting. It's like one interrupted conversation with Bella. She can be an ideal client. She can be an avatar of any sort that you want. Perhaps it could be for a book deal, a movie deal, or just a client, or she could be any specific person you'd like her to be. So who would you like Bella Verita to be?
I want Bella to be a female investor who wants to develop affordable housing, but is having a hard time making the right connections and getting her deals done.
I love it. Bella, you are about affordable housing. You're raising money. Just having a little challenge getting it done. Yes?
Got it.
All right. Cindy, you have 3 minutes in round one. Please take us in.
Bella, hi, how are you? My name's Cindy Campbell. I don't know if you've heard of me before, but I've heard of you. And I'm interested in what you're doing in the world. So tell me what it is that you're interested in doing.
Yeah, so I've always had, this big dream of creating, affordable housing for people that is also like affordable housing, but also kind of a co-living situation where, maybe taking an apartment building that is, can be affordable housing for people, but also maybe has like some common grounds, like common kitchens, common living room, that also brings people together so that they can, support each other. Because I think in this day and age, people being able to raise families on their own and take care of dinners and meals and groceries, it's a lot. And so if we can, bring people together in community, but they can still have their separate housing, it's just always been a dream of mine.
I love that idea. I visualize people sitting around fires together and maybe doing bonfires and, having meals. What was your inspiration for this idea?
My inspiration for this idea was when I first moved to California after a divorce. And when I got there, I had learned that people would get these big houses and they would live in community. And so I decided to try it out, and I loved it. I loved living in community. I love just the connection with people and all of that. But at the same time, I'm also someone who really requires my own space. So the thing I didn't love about it was the only space I had that was mine was a bedroom. And everything else was community. So that's where the idea came, where I'd love to have my own apartment that, if I needed my own space, I could have my own space, but there was also still community space that I could connect, because I love cooking with people and entertaining with people, but sometimes I need space. So that's it.
I'm really attracted to that idea. And I do have a client that is developing something similar. So what types of challenges are you having? Have you started to try to look for land, or have you been looking for co-space or repurposed buildings? What have you been looking at?
The only thing I looked at was a bed and breakfast in California. And I looked at turning, that into a property, but when I did all the numbers, that piece of property didn't make sense. And then I kind of put it on the back burner. But I'm going to have a quick call here in a couple of seconds, but I would love to continue this conversation in a few minutes.
I would too. Let's make that happen.
Okay.
All right, Cindy, Bell, be right back. Cindy, how was that round one for you?
I loved it. I mean, I thought that she was very easy to talk to. She knew exactly what she was looking for and why, which is, I think, to me, superior, because a lot of times I'd have to pull that out of a client. But she knows exactly what she wants, which makes it much easier for me to propose solutions to her. So thank you, Bella.
Excellent. And Bella, if you had one word for the connection, round one?
Oh, beautiful.
Awesome. Okay, Reggie, are you ready, sir?
You're on mute.
I'm off. You got it?
You got it. Yeah.
Right on. So we're raising capital from qualified angel, investors, and maybe you could role play as one of those for a worldwide organization.
Awesome.
Perfect. I love giving money away.
Good. You're the right person to talk to then.
And Reggie, what sort of bracket of funding would Bella be like?
So we're trying to raise 750,000 from 7 or less handpick selected individuals.
All right. So 50 to 100,000 up to 250-ish. Something.
Yes.
Cool. All right. So Bella, you ready?
Let's do this.
All right. Please, Reggie, take us in.
Cool. Hey, Bella, thank you for the time today. I want to let you know that we've researched your background, and you were kind enough to meet with us today to talk about the opportunity of carrying us to the next phase of our 5-year plan, which is ultimately to be acquired by one of the larger social networking companies out there, such as LinkedIn or Zoom or Instagram, Facebook, etc. We're a worldwide referral networking company that is providing modern day business development and sales professionals the opportunity to meet and grow on a hyper local basis by expanding their network with carefully chosen professionals in the marketplace. Right now, there's a high demand for such a service, and there's not enough locations to go to. There's the BNIs or the Toastmasters or the Rotary. But other than that, you can't find it. That's where we come in. We're looking for 5 years of expansion into every major metropolitan market in the world. And it's an aggressive plan. And what we're asking for is for your consideration for a $50,000 to $100,000 seed investment to carry us into the next 18 months, and then ultimately a venture capital Series A round within that 24-month period.
Gotcha. So what had you interested in working with me? What made you call me?
Well, as a qualified investor and someone on a short list, we're looking for less than 10 investors, and your background and experience in investing in the past has been was certainly put you on the radar, and hopefully that you see that we are the kind of organization that you typically invest in, and I'd be happy to answer any questions that you might have.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely, something that is of interest to me. We look at a variety of different things, but I always like to make sure like it's a good, connection and in a good fit. And so other than my, just my background, I'm just curious of, what was it that, you found, what was it in the background, or what was it about me that, you found that it might fit for what it is that you're doing?
Sure. So your professional background, and I'm assuming that you can understand the value of B2B networking with other professionals. Over 70% of the longest retention client relationships come from referrals. Yeah. And most.
Hey, you know what, Reggie? Like, I definitely want to continue this conversation, but I'm going to have a quick call that I need to take, and then we can continue the conversation in just a few minutes.
Roger that.
Okay.
All right, Reggie, excellent. How'd that feel for you, sir?
Little, first time I ever did that, so a little good, but a little tough.
Okay, awesome. We'll drop in a bit. Bella, one word for that?
Interesting.
Excellent. Okay, so let us start.
You want your camera thing shut, Sean?
Oh, sorry. Thank you, Bella. So yes. So let us begin in this round of judging. We're going to go 30 seconds each, and what we're really looking to talk about is the openness of the openness of how much Bella's listening was opened, the connection, like heart to heart versus head to head, and a scale of 1 to 10. And 30 seconds of feedback. Bella will ask at the end of 30 seconds and your score. So maybe 15 seconds on what worked, 15 seconds on what can be optimized. And Todd, let's drop in with you, sir.
All right. So starting off with Cindy. Cindy did something very human and very natural. She got Bella talking about Bella and what Bella's needs were. And ultimately, at the end of the day, that's where this is all going to revolve around: how comfortable Bella is with her connection with Cindy. And if she felt like Cindy understood her needs, and the only way that Cindy could achieve that is by getting Bella to share. And all of this at a basic human level starts with interpersonal relationships. And that one started really well. It felt like an 8 if I had to score it.
Nice.
Please, Sean, bless me. Give me what is the other piece I needed to give on the Cindy side?
No, that's all. That was that.
All right.
Yeah.
And then do you want me to do the Reggie side?
Yes, please.
All right. On the Reggie side, it started the opposite way. It was the mirror. And so instead of Bella sharing, and by the way, dating is the same way. You've got to be able to share and connect and feel a human to human relationship. And influence starts right there with the connection. And it's typically personal. At least it is for me. I swing my superpower of influence by normally starting off having a relationship that goes personal before it goes business. And the term of carrying us rubbed me in a really interesting way. And I want to caution anybody on asking anybody for money.
And your score, my friend. Sorry,
I get it. I was a talk show host. I know what that signal is. All right. So my score was a 3.
Yeah, but I do want to hear the cautionary moment, if that's okay, real quick. Yeah.
Anytime we have to ask anybody to do a deal with us, the last thing that we need to communicate is that they're going to be the one carrying us for a given period of time.
Got
Right?
it. Okay.
The money's just funds.
And Todd, thank you for, by the way, to everybody who's here today, Reggie, Cindy, and all our amazing judges as well, for your courage and vulnerability. And thank you for speaking into your truth, Todd. Excellent job, sir. Denise, what do you have? 30 seconds, please, for Cindy.
Cindy, what a beautiful ability you have naturally to be able to connect with people. So that is a superpower that you can tell comes very naturally. And I'm going to say this from an attorney, it is heartfelt to see that. One of the things that I loved that you were able to do is to help her build a dream. One of the advantages we have in a sales position is to persuade somebody to dig deep, to discover what their why was. And you even talked about that. And I really appreciate that. You did a fantastic job of helping her see her barriers, because that's where we get the opportunity.
Your score is?
9.
Nice. And for Reggie.
Reggie, I could see from the very beginning, this was a different approach that you were going to take. You were very clear on your vision and communicating the vision. However, the opportunity was to hear what her vision was and to use them as parallels to connect with that ask. So had you had more time, I believe you would have gotten there. But in the beginning, it's not what, it's who. And so to be able to connect with who she is and then describe your vision would have been a more effective. And I would give you a 3 as well.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for that. And Virginia, what did you have for Cindy, please?
Cindy, amazing. You connected right off the bat. You had her asking you questions about herself. You were just right on point. I would definitely give you a 9. I'd give you a 9.5 because I think that was pretty good. And Reggie, I thought, first of all, being a VC, I played in the VC for a while, and that's hard. And it's a totally different conversation. So I had to shift gears because I found Bella kept asking you, why did you call me? Why do you, and it was along the money line, like everyone else has said. So I would still give you a 4 or 5 because you're out there playing, you're out there working on having the conversation with her. It's just that's it.
Thank you so much.
Excellent job. Thank you guys for that. So we're ready for round 2. Thank you very much, Todd, Denise, and Virginia. Sales sorceress, are you ready for round 2?
I am ready.
All right, Reggie, Bella is back, and let's take it in.
Hi, Bella. Thank you for making time for me to return to the conversation. I was curious if have you ever invested in companies before?
I have done some investing in companies before, yeah.
And do you see value in business to business development and expanding local individual professionals' ability to grow their business?
Absolutely, 100%. I definitely am a big proponent of supporting local businesses and supporting, especially right now, in growing for sure.
Have you ever been involved in like a referral networking organization or a leads group or a Rotary club?
I've spoken at some Rotary clubs before, and I did that whole like, you know, B&I thing for a minute, and then I was like part of eWomen Network for a minute. So I've done is that what you mean? A variety of like those types of things?
That for business development purposes, yes.
Yep.
For the purposes of attending and building the relationships for long-term business development and revenue increases and bottom line enhancement. And what we found in our project discovery and our research and development is that businesses only have an online opportunity out there to market themselves for leads. It's Facebook and the clutter on LinkedIn. And there isn't enough opportunity for local professionals to meet face-to-face or even virtually, kind of like we are right now, to share their experience, their knowledge, and their portfolio of success with the world. So we're trying to bring that to market. And we're hoping that there's a group of investors out there that really have a passion for what our vision is and our passion to bring that to the marketplace worldwide. And what are your thoughts on that?
I definitely find that interesting. You know, we're in a digital world right now where, you know, everything is done on Zoom. And so if there's something that we can do to help local businesses, you know, via the interweb, I'm definitely interested.
That's an excellent way to put it, actually. Well, we are looking for a small group of investors to really more partner with than to be an outside investor looking in, to help us grow, that has experience with that has a passion for that, and can help us along the way as not only a partner, but also a financial support mechanism that gives us the opportunity to grow later into the future. Thank you for the time today. Hopefully I'll be able to send you some more information if you're open to that.
Yes, thank you. I would definitely be interested. Thank you.
Excellent.
All right. Reggie, excellent work, sir. We're going to hear a little bit of feedback in a minute, but Cindy, are you ready to go?
Cindy is off mute now. Yes.
All right, take us in, please. Bella's back.
Hi, Bella. Thanks for calling me back. I'm really glad that you got back to me. I had a question about the development that you're interested in, because I think it's a really interesting concept. What have been the challenges that you're facing with developing something of that magnitude?
Yeah, I think the biggest challenges have been, you know, kind of knowing where to start, finding the properties, and having like the right investors, I think would be my top 3 challenges.
Okay, well, what if I told you that in addition to being a real estate attorney, I also function as a consultant. I'm not only drafting your documents, but I have a team, an organization behind me, a team of women who have the same interests that you do that would work together to make your dream come true. How does that sound?
Sounds amazing.
Well, what we do is we get together with the client, we figure out what it is that you want, what your dream is, and we try to capture that, whether it be we have a broker that we work with that will find you the land or find you a building. Right now in COVID, there's a lot of retail space that's going under. We could repurpose that depending on your budget. We have accountants that we deal with. We also have architects, engineers, all women. And so what I'd like to do is be able to map out this blueprint with you to make sure that I understand exactly what you're looking for and what you envision this place being and what it looks like. And honestly, I would just love to see it come to fruition because I'd like to go and visit it. I love visiting my clients' developments. I mean, for me, it's fantastic to see that you're able to pour into someone else's dream. So if you're not busy, because I know that you have a very hectic schedule, I'd love to take you out to dinner so you can meet some people on my team. And maybe we can put together a proposal and see if that's something that meets your needs.
Well, food is my love language. So you threw in dinner, I am in.
Okay, well, I will get my assistant on the phone who will schedule a time with you and a date that's convenient for you. And we'll go from there.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Good job, Cindy. Great work. We're going to come back in a minute. So, Reggie, would it be okay if I am you for a minute and work through a couple of details?
Please.
Yes. Okay. So, Bella, you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. So Bella, thanks so much for taking the phone call today. I truly appreciate it. It was awesome connecting on The Real Raw. And can I ask you something? How did you get involved in all this? And what is going on over here?
How did I get involved in The Real Raw?
Yeah, like Real Raw, Unblinded, and you're aligned. Like what's happening and what's the story?
Yeah, so I got involved because my friend David Gonzalez called me up at like 10 o'clock one night, and he is a married man, and he's like, I'm calling you because I'm cheating on you. And I was like, I don't understand what's happening. And so he goes on, and we were going to do some business together, and he goes on to tell me that he found this guy, Sean Callaghy, and he's teaching this human-based, integrity-based human influence, and like he wants to take their sales training and like all of this stuff. And by the end of the conversation, I was like, well, can I do that too? And so then I found myself on A Real Raw. And then, several months later, I found myself, in your home. And then, we're doing all this amazing business together.
Wait, you're in my home or Sean's home?
I was in Sean's home.
Oh my goodness.
I was in Sean's home.
In my home. Like, oh my goodness. So, and wait, last question is, did I hear that you were paddling out in like crazy surf, or was he kidding? I know Sean's like kind of a little crazy. Like, what's that about?
Well, let's be clear. Sean is nuts, and he loves to go surfing. And the only time he will like take people out is in the craziest conditions ever, like where like waves are going sideways and drifting people 3 miles down the shore because he just really wants to see what they're made of. Interesting.
So obviously, if you're here, you're up to amazing things in the world. Like, what's your vision for Bella? Like, what are you standing for? Where's this all going for you?
So my vision is, I started a sales agency 2 years ago because, being able to be good at sales and influence has gotten me out of some pretty scary situations, at least 3 times in my life. And because of that, I wanted to teach other women the ability to have the skill of sales and influence, because I believe as long as you can sell, you'll never be without a home, you'll never be without food on the table, and you can always live the life that you desire. And so I see building the #1 sales agency, and then there's some other like adventures, like coaching and speaking on top of that, because I never met a stage I didn't love. And so definitely seeing a lot more of that. And then there's like some banking and real estate stuff on top of all of that.
Wow. Well, I know we only have about a minute to go, but thank you for taking the call again. And I'm hearing like your heart, and I'm sensing that there's a lot there. And I want to acknowledge you for that, for your fun energy, for your heart energy, for being the #1 business broker in Nevada and all kinds of craziness. So yeah, I am wildly intrigued by what you've accomplished and where you're going in your life.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. And so in this like final 30 seconds, can I share just a little bit about me?
Just a little.
Yeah. So what I'm standing for in the world is that there's friction between people and connecting. And that friction and like the lostness and the randomness of networking and all of these problems and challenges is something that needs to be solved. And so I'm launching a company. I am raising money. I am having a conversation with you about like getting some advice, feedback, potential collaboration, who knows, maybe investment money or introductions. And if with what you're looking to do in the world, all these people are looking to impact, the friction between, and I know you know this because you live in this space, the friction between people in creating meetings to do business, to go from hello to yes, and the cost of acquiring those meetings is a thing. And I'm here to reduce that friction and create something that is massive and needed in the world. So if that's interesting to you, I don't know if it resonates or not, I'd love to have maybe a half an hour conversation where we can unpack some of that. How does that sound to you?
That would be amazing. Thank you so much.
Okay, pause, out of roll. I know we're gonna get to Todd first, get it with his hard stop in 10 seconds. And
it's Reggie actually that has the hard stop.
Oh, Reggie, I'm sorry, okay, Reggie.
So let's
No, I'm gonna stick.
It is Todd.
Okay, it is Todd. So we'll bounce to Todd in a second. We'll get back to your thoughts on that in a minute, Reggie. Bella, but real quick, 15 seconds. How did that feel for you?
That was amazing.
Okay. Thank you. So Todd, quick, your 30 seconds of feedback for each of these fine people, and we'll thank you after that for being here. But what do you have for these fine folks, Todd?
First thought, Cindy was curious about Bella. Bella started talking. They started relating. People do business with people they have relationships with. Cindy earned a 9. Reggie, I thought you did a really good job doing the engagement connecting part, and the progress was obvious. Do we all notice what, oh, and I, by the way, gave you a 7. And in the final seconds, did we all notice Sean's tonality? His tonality was a big part of that. It was soft, it brought you in. And at the same time, he was very interested in a way like Cindy was.
Awesome. Todd, thank you for being here, brother. I know you got to bounce. How was today on the Real Raw for you?
Awesome. You guys, this was a lot of fun. I'm so glad I got to see Sean in action in person and be a part of it. And I look forward to being a part of this going forward, guys. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you,
Thanks,
Todd.
Todd.
Enjoy. Thank you, brother. Okay. Denise, what fine feedback do you have for Reggie? And then we'll turn to Cindy, please.
Oh, I'm so excited to go with Reggie first. I think the greatest gift that we can give ourselves is coachability, and your ability to be coachable and then to translate that into the next conversation is something that I was so impressed with. Adjusting questions. You did a great job in aligning the why and the vision. So getting her to her why and then connecting that vision. Way more about her than you. Absolutely. From where you were to where you are, 8. Love Cindy. And again, that curiosity. When we're curious, we're brave, and you use curiosity to be audacious and to give her an opportunity to feel safe in telling you what her objections were, right? When you're having to tell someone, I'm scared of something, and you created a platform for her to then see that those objections are something that you could lock arms with her and that she really could have what she wanted. The one thing that I would suggest is really digging into her why now. Why create urgency and movement in this moment? There is no tomorrow. Again, Cindy, loved it. 9 out of the park. And the one thing that I would echo with you, Sean, is you are so interested in what's happening, and not in being fake, but being genuine and connected. And that's a sense of you I love.
No, Denise, that is received, and your heart, your integrity and authenticity are fully present. And we teach this whole formula and do all the things that we do. And it begins with loving people unconditionally with boundaries, but avoiding blame and judgment, which I am far from perfect at, right? Yeah. But leaning into a love for people and realizing that the only way we get anything to happen in the world is by helping people get what they want and wanting them to have it, right? Lovingly. So thank you for seeing that, Denise. And I appreciate it. And for your friendship to Bella and all that you guys are to each other. And Denise, real quick, how was your experience today on the Real Raw?
A 10. I got to be a contestant with the last time, so it was beautiful to be able to do this and have the opportunity to give and receive.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Virginia, what say you? How was your day on the Real Raw? And then we'll bounce into some feedback.
Oh, I loved it. It brought me closer to how I need to be with people. So,
and you know what would make it a lot better though for you, Virginia? Honestly, can I just lean into something?
Please.
Yeah. Stop murdering people in churches, and life would be easier. It would just be much easier.
I can't do it. I just can't do it. I've got. You're funny.
So please, what do you have for these amazing people? And thank you again.
Well, I think, Reggie, you're awesome. All of a sudden, it just like that was said, you took what was said and you used it. Your brilliance comes through no matter what. But I found also when you start moving around a little bit, I started going, why is he doing that? Just me. But you engaged, you got involved with Bella. You're wonderful. So yeah, you just went up the charts, because I know so many VC guys that wouldn't take direction at all. So for me, you got an 8.5.
Nice. And for
Thank you,
Cindy,
Virginia.
And oh my God, Cindy, you're once again, you got in the conversation. It was so much about Bella that
15 seconds.
I was just like, I wanted to play with you. You know, I wanted to have you here because you're listening. You're actually listening and hearing what people are saying. And that's a win. So to me, 9.5.
Excellent. Thank you, Virginia, for that. And thank you for being here today. Did a great job. Thank you. Cindy, how was today for you on the Real Raw?
Great. I really enjoy this. I need this. It's not every day that you can get feedback, meaningful feedback from people, because people are just so busy. But I'm at the point now in my career where I have to start having these meetings all the time. So I need to know what I'm doing right, what I'm doing wrong, what I could be doing better. So that way I bring in the clients that I want to bring in, the ones that I want.
Yeah. Your congruence, Cindy, your presence, your emotional and energetic transference, your authenticity are very powerful. So great job today.
Thank you.
Thank you for being here. Right. Reggie, how was today for you, brother?
It was a privilege to be here. I really appreciate the critical feedback. You're not going to get better unless you can practice and interact with some tough judges like you guys. Hopefully I get a chance to do this again. And that was my first time doing that. I haven't actually pitched an investor yet. And I took a ton of notes from you, Sean. Thanks a lot. And thanks for your for being critical, because that's what it's going to take to get better. And thank you for having me.
Awesome job. Thank you for your courage, your vulnerability, your coachability, your heart. You have a very congruent presence. You have high certainty. You have great vocal qualities. So it's all there, right? To just continue to rise. And remember, it's not like, yes, I'm good at something. No, I'm not. It's like, where are we in that scale of mastery? And things really begin to exponentially accelerate once we get into like the 9.9s and go from there. So excellent job, Reggie. And thank you for being here.
Thank you, Sean. Thank you so much.
Bella Verita, amazing job. As always, final, my friend.
Final. I just want to thank everyone for, being here and having the courage to be here. Sometimes it can be a little like nerve-wracking to be, go on the show, but everyone today did an amazing job. Our judges were so incredible with feedback, and it just really, truly made the show today. And so really want to thank you all for being here. And if you don't know what the Real Raw is and you don't know what the formula is, you got to join us on Monday night. Don't they, Sean?
Monday night, 7 p.m. What is the Real Raw? I mean, what is Unblinded? Why the Real Raw? And Bella, you're amazing. Fantastic job. There's dogs even agreeing with me and barking for you.
They're coming at the door later.
You rock. So thank you, everybody, for being here.